Hi everyone, I'm Sebastian and I love Jiu-Jitsu. Unfortunately, Jiu-Jitsu does not love me back. And that is why I dedicated my life to doing yoga to balance out all the hardcore stuff that we go through in Jiu-Jitsu. So the last week I posted 6 videos on our Instagram channel about specific Jiu-Jitsu problems, and I'm mashing them all together into one class to solve those issues. Let's start really nice and slow by laying down on our backs. Lay down on your back, feet together, knees wide, and then move your head a little bit, and when you feel that your neck is fine, then you place it down in the ground so that you're not creating tension by lying here. We're gonna stay here for a minute. Lay the right hand on your belly and your left hand on your chest and close your eyes. And this is going to be the weirdest, for some people this will be the weirdest part of the class, just laying down on the ground and closing the eyes. I'm going to guide you through some simple breath work. When you inhale through your nose, feel your right hand lifting from the belly, pushing it up. And then as you exhale, you don't really exhale, you let go and the exhale happens by itself. Do that again. Inhale slowly through the nose, filling your belly up, feeling the hand lifting, and then a little pause at the top, and then let go. Again, inhale, a little pause, and let go. Same thing, but into the left hand. So inhale, feel your left hand lifting slightly, and exhaling. Again, inhale into your left hand, and exhaling. One more. Inhale. And let go. For the next one, try to combine them. Inhale, feel the right hand lifting. Feel the left hand lifting. A break at the top. And let go. Again, right hand, left hand. Pause, let go. Three more on your own, freestyle. Last breath. Slowly interlace your fingers behind your head, feet wide, and rock your knees over to the right side, and then the left side. The reason why we're starting so slow is because the body doesn't have a reset button where we can press it and just deactivate our one nervous system and activating the other. It takes presence and breathing to hit that proverbial reset button. And we can't do yoga, keep moving your knees from side to side. We can't do yoga with an overactive sympathetic nervous system. We can't do it. So we always start slow and then we progressively move into more and more intensity and then we go slow at the end again. It's a nice yoga sandwich. One more from side to side. Nice. And between positions, I tell you the main positions, but the transitions between them, and if you want to add in a little extra crunch or some circles of any joints, feel free to freestyle while I'm talking about the next position. Grab the feet, interlace your fingers around your feet, and then wiggle your hips from side to side. The head can be off the ground or in the ground, you can choose. But for me, this is a nice release of the side of the lower back. The quadratus lumborum. I don't use Latin, but those angry trolls in the lower back that kind of always are tugging and fighting. And this is a nice way to release them. Now, depending on what clothes you're wearing, you might want to grab the ankles or pants or feet, and then stretch one leg out to the side and make it completely straight. Like grab, but make sure you flex the foot and stretch it so you feel a nice stretch on the inner and back of the thighs. And then switch sides. So right leg is straight, pull your left foot in towards your chest like a lasso guard, and then switching. Nice. And this is not a test, but it is a drill for you, a practice to find the right level of intensity. If you hold your breath, that is a telltale sign that you're overdoing it. Okay, so you should be able to breathe through your nose the whole time. Even if there is intensity and a little bit of pain, try to breathe through it. If there is sudden pain, then you definitely overdid it. But if there is just this, ooh, ah, that kind of sensation, don't make those sound with your breath. Make them inside your head. And just keep breathing smoothly in and out through the nose. That is really the key, the secret, the ticket to getting any progress. If you breathe like this, you're deactivating the wrong nervous system and activating the one that's overworked. So we have to keep tricking ourselves that this is nice and slow and gentle, even if it's super goddamn intense. All right? Let's rock up and down a couple of times. And then find a butterfly position, seated butterfly guard. Grab the ankles with your hands and then activate the biceps and pull your chest forward into a back bend. As you back bend and open your chest, you inhale. And then you curl up and try to place your forehead in your belly. Let's do a few of these. Now you can exaggerate the breath. Really inhale to the top and inhale a little bit more. And then exhale. Use your core muscles to pull yourself in there. You can't really do anything wrong here. Just close your eyes and notice. Don't change anything. Just notice what's going on while you're doing this. We are trying to get out of our thinking, analytical brain and into our body, or from the left hemisphere of the brain to the right hemisphere, if you will. But analyzing what you're doing will not help. Noticing will help. Do 2 more on your own. All right, it's rock and roll time, but keep breathing like we did before. So you can hold on to the feet or ankles, roll back into upside down guard, and then as you roll up, you can either place the feet in the ground, or if you want to try to hold the balance without having a foot in the ground, try to do the spider guard drill we did on the back, but seated. Seated on the butt, but seated, okay? Switching sides. If you're falling back, just use the momentum to roll up again, and then do a few of these. Whoop. The main function of our core muscles, our trunk muscles, isn't really, the abs. Crunching is not the main function. It is actually stabilizing. So this is a super good core workout, but we're not getting the burn, but the core muscles are doing what they're best at, which is calibrating. This is a calibration stretching exercise. Whoop. Do a couple more. Oopa. Trying to pull one foot in while you're stretching the other one, while keeping good posture and breathing at the same time is not easy. But it is challenging in a fun way, I think. Ooh. All right. Let's get over to our knees. And since you're probably cold, your butt might not get all the way down to the heels, but unless you have a freshly operated knee, just try to sit back as far as you can and be okay with a little bit of pain in the knees. Even if the meniscus is gone or if it's old and injured, it won't get worse by just kneeling, I promise you that. Let's get back to that breathing we did in the beginning, but we're not doing as many breaths, so find a stable posture where you're not curling your lower back, you're arching your lower back so your butt is kind of sticking out behind you. And then take 5 deep breaths. Nice. And now a killer for some toes. Same position, just tucking your toes, sitting back on your toes so that you feel everything under there. Super good for your feet, but it doesn't feel good. It's good for you, but it feels bad for a lot of toes. Just do your best. I'm going to interlace my finger behind my back because I feel that the intensity under the feet kind of have to be matched by intensity in the upper body as well, so that it's like a fire pose. There is a lot going on everywhere. We like it like that. And then release, hands down, tabletop, move your ankles and toes out a little bit. And then sit down in kneeling again. Now we did the prep work. So now it's kneeling again, but this time with really wide knees, like you're sitting in someone's closed guard. And then placing the right hand behind you, pushing your hips forward and circling the other shoulder once. Sitting down. Switching sides. And this exercise is good practice for you to flow. You're not going from position A to position B. You're going in a circle. It's kind of a musical thing. It's just a pattern that keeps repeating. And it's not about getting somewhere. It's about the journey there. Yeah? So you're flowing from side to side. And there is never a pose. There is never a position. And there is nothing you can do right or wrong. And if you have a lot of stiffness, express that stiffness. Show the world how stiff you are with your movement. Stiffness is, if we want to be super philosophical about it, it's just lack of movement, isn't it? So when you're expressing your lack of movement, the lack of movement kind of melts away. All right, moving on to the next section of the class, which is more active. So now we're doing the same kind of front thing we did, but we step the left foot up, hands behind you, fingertips or palms, doesn't matter. But now you try to push your belly and hips as high as you can on the inhale, and then as you exhale, you lower down as deep as you can. Do a few of these. I see people in the gym lifting weights, which is great for the muscles in the one aspect. But when you have weights, you never really go all the way. You kind of stop because the weight is forcing you to not go all the way. So I think we should do all the exercises we do in the gym without weights as well, just to get the full expression of the exercise. Switching sides. So hip thrusts, you can never go really high here if you have 300 pounds on in a hip thrust, but you can do it without weights. So this is complementing jiu-jitsu, it's complementing the strength training by just expressing the full range of motion and adding the breath. Nice. Tabletop over to all fours. Cat-cow. So you drop the chest and belly, relax the front, engage the back. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, you curl up and push really hard into the ground, chin to chest. Keep going. At your own pace. I kind of give you a suggested pace, but you go your own pace. Maybe it's slightly slower or faster than mine, or even a lot. That is okay. I am just guiding you through the main theme, and you are free to express and explore both the pace, the breath, and the poses on your own. We are not here to learn Sebastian yoga. You're here to learn your yoga that your body needs today. All right, stepping the right foot to the outside of the right hand, fingertips or knuckles. I have pain in my wrist, so I always do it on knuckles when I have pain. And then either with the back knee in the ground or the back knee off the ground. And my guess is that you're going too fast here. You're going a little bit too fast and you don't get to do the full expression of the pose. So those last 5-10%, that's exactly where you will feel more flexible. So instead of stopping here, I take some extra time and I go there. And instead of stopping here, I drop it a little bit further, because you are not as stiff as you think. A couple more. And then from here into a standing split. So you grab your right calf with your right hand and you lift the left leg. Now, really lift the left leg and straighten the leg. Both legs, try to straighten them. And then pull your forehead in closer. Your hamstring should be burning a little bit. That's fine. Coming all the way up to standing, lifting your left knee out in front of you. Grab it with the right hand. And then twist the left hand back. Standing twist. And then back to a standing split. Prepping nicely for the Uchimata, if we ever want to try that one. And then coming all the way up. Doing this a few times. 3 more times. At your own pace. Now let's make it more difficult. Left hand down and right hand up. Straighten everything and twist. And then keep the arms straight. Keep the legs straight. Same twist. Whoa! Twisting standing. And then twisting folding forward. 2 more. This ain't supposed to be easy. Nobody said it was easy. I'm not a great singer. Last time, last one, last round. Everybody down to plank. Inhale in plank. Lower your whole body down to the ground. Lift your shoulders, roll them back. Chest up. And then look over your left shoulder. Look over your right shoulder a couple of times. And then lower down, inhale. On your exhale, push back to plank and back to all fours. Stepping your left foot forward. Keep your back knee in the ground, moving back and forth, either with a knee in the ground or off the ground. Thank you, Santeri, for giving me these jiu-jitsu mats. They are extremely colorful. They make me black all over. It's not like I didn't shower in 3 weeks. But yeah, I need to do something about these mats. Keep going back and forth with your breath. 2 more. And then into the standing split. Grab the calf with the left hand. Lift your right leg out behind you. And when you feel like torturing yourself a bit, pull your forehead in just a little bit more. And then standing up, grabbing the right knee with the left hand. I'm cheating and using the wall instead of falling. That's fine. Circling down into the standing splits. And then all the way up. All the way down. And each time there is less resistance. Doesn't mean you have to go deeper, but it means that you could go deeper if you wanted to. That's not always the right thing to do. But the option is there. You're progressively becoming more mobile, less stiff. Right hand to the ground, left hand to the ceiling. Try to straighten everything out in every direction. And then windmilling all the way up to a standing twist. And then a forward twist. Whoop. 2 more. Last one. All the way down to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, lower down. Lifting your chest, inhale. Exhale, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder. 1 more from side to side. And then let's meet in turtle, lowering down into a turtle with your hands behind your head. Relaxing your body. Maybe it's stretching a bit, maybe not. And now wrapping your left arm under yourself. Same turtle, but just lie on top of your left shoulder. Doesn't have to stretch. It can be super enjoyable without the stretch as well. Switching sides. Right arm crossing under. Come on up to seated on your butt or on your knees. Close your eyes and let's wrapping this up with another breathing sandwich. Just like in the beginning of the class, you can have 1 hand on the chest, 1 hand on the belly, or not. Let all the movement we did settle in. And instead of labeling your body as something or other, just try to notice the quiet little signals that the whole body is sending to your consciousness all the time. We call it being present, we don't call it doing present. So being present is exactly what you're doing now, breathing and noticing. And then drop your hands, open your eyes. Ta-da! This is it. 30 minutes, more or less. I didn't check the clock. Doesn't matter how long it was. What matters is the sensation that you have right now that is always available to you. You don't have to fly somewhere. You don't have to buy something. It's always there available. My only job here is to guide you to this sensation and cut away 5-10 years of trial and error. That's why I made the website and the app yogaforbjj.net, is to give you a fast track to this sensation. Because this that we did today is just 0.5% of what's possible. Not just from all the handstands and the cool stuff, the splits, all that. What's really cool is that you have a tool to self-regulate and, turn around patterns that are slowly decreasing your jiu-jitsu and your life quality. Life can be really goddamn tough. And this is an injection of happiness and good vibes if you make it consistently. But my job is here to make you consistent. That's why you should go to yogaforbjj.net, download the app or do it on the website and get consistent. If it means you can only take 10 minutes a day, we have so many 10-minute videos that is perfect, just a little tidbit that you can do in the morning, before jiu-jitsu, after jiu-jitsu, or before you go to bed. Everybody has 10 minutes a day. If you can dedicate more, if you could dedicate 20 minutes or 30 minutes a few times a week, I can guarantee you unicorns, rainbows, and amazing results after a year or two. And it's not just my word, like we have over 3,000 people and I get testaments every week. People are just mind blown by what they're capable of. And I don't want to take full credit for it. I am just a guy pointing the direction, but I'm so truly happy for everybody that has made this into a habitual thing. So please sign up to Yoga for BJJ and try this and get consistent with it, and your jiu-jitsu will never be the same and you will be so happy you did it. See you in the next video, or see you on the mat. Us!